Monday. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Kelly. I am a high school teacher in the Austin area. And if you are new here, thank you so much for joining me. If you are not new here, welcome back. This week is gonna be a wild week for me because I was pretty much out all last week sick. In my guess, probably had COVID. So I'm gonna bring you guys along for another week. This week is all about catching up on just my life in general. So I figured this would be a decent week to vlog and bring you guys along with me because I got so far behind in my pacing for my lessons. I got behind on grades, I got behind on housework, I got behind on everything. And it was just like one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. So all of that to say, that's what we will be doing this week, is getting my life back in order after being gone for a week straight. I need to get my slides done for today and just kind of go from there. It's more, the slides I need to do are more for my college class than my high school classes, because thankfully it was a very well-timed project that my seniors are doing and my juniors are doing. Not quite a project, but just like, I guess like a little mini-ish project. So it was well-timed for me and my sanity. That is kind of where I am with that. Like I said, my juniors, I need to get their slides done because I see them first thing in the morning. Seniors, because it's mostly just working on their project with me going over the rubric, that can wait. So that can wait until my conference period, because I have my conference period and then I see my juniors, or my seniors, sorry. So that one's not as big a deal, but it is nice to be feeling mostly back to normal. I do think, honestly, I do think that I had COVID, but all of my tests came back negative for COVID. So I don't know, but with all these, you know, with new strains and things like that, I don't see why I feel like the test could be wrong. I need to, what do I need to do? Make these slides, work on grades. Oh, I need to print off the papers. I have a copy of the readings I need to print off. So I should probably take care of that first and then go from there. So that'll probably be the first thing I do, is to print off the Telltale Heart. That's what my juniors are reading. So I'm gonna go print that off. Then I'm gonna finish up my slides. Then I'm going to finish up my slides. We are now in my conference period for my classes today. My morning classes, well, we had this like delegation of Danish students who just come by every, like, once a semester. Nobody really knows why, which is frustrating, but they came into my second class of the day, and I mean, you know, you've got these like really tall, like super blonde white people coming in, and like this is a minority majority school, so it completely derails everything. So that kind of derailed my class. So if they're coming back on campus again on Wednesday, I'm gonna be like, do not come to my class, because like I cannot have one more distraction. But I did get my slides done for that class just in time. Worked out well. I gave them time. I gave them kind of like guidance over like what to look for with the Telltale Heart, because that's what we're reading. And then they had that, and then what's the other thing we did? Oh, and then I went over the history of Gothic literature and like the key components of Gothic literature. So we spent some time going over that for my one class, not my other class. My other class, they read it. I was kind of it. But when my juniors are reading through The Telltale Heart, the main things that they're keeping an eye out for are the internal conflict of the narrator, any literary devices, and the point of view. And we're going to spend some time talking about the point of view of the story. How does it help us? How does it hurt us? All those kinds of things. So that's what we're doing with my ACC or my college class. Then my seniors, I asked my principal for if we could buy a class set of books. Got distracted. They canceled book club, which is good because now I get to go home right after school. But anyway, my seniors, we're doing a unit on mystery, and we're going to read the book A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm asking my principal if we can get a class set, which would make my life so much easier because I cannot find, I'm really good at, I mean, I've never done this. I've never found bootleg copies of books online. I would never do such a thing. So I asked my principal to buy me a class set because, you know, I would never use bootlegged copies, and I definitely cannot find any on the internet. But until then, to kind of give me a little bit of a buffer, I'm having my seniors do like a real life mystery project. So I put together the rubric. Basically, they're getting graded on the three main areas. So the presentation of their poster, meaning how it looks. The appearance, so your poster's neat, legible, it's clear and easy to follow, meaning you don't have like one thing here and then another thing and then another thing and another thing. The title is appropriate and visible from a distance. In terms of images, your poster must include at least 2 images that are appropriate, meaning maybe a picture of the people that are involved, a map of where this mystery / most of them are crimes have occurred. Then they're getting graded on the content, so the facts of the case, and then they have to find theories of like what people think happened. And then the other one is citing sources, so they're going to cite their sources in MLA format, and that is this. So this is printed off and ready to go. Now I just need to create my slides, which my slides won't be that bad because I'm just going to take screenshots of this and project it while they're sitting with their partners and we're looking at this. So this won't be too wild / too crazy to get that done. So that is the plan. Well, happy Wednesday. Yesterday just completely forgot about it. And then my principal, okay, let me go back here. As this vlog is kind of premised around the fact that like I'm getting back into the swing of things after essentially being off and sick for a week. And so my last week was also supposed to be my observation, like my formal observation where the principal sits in your class for like a majority of the class time and observes your teaching. So obviously that couldn't happen because I wasn't here. And so as a result, she came up to me yesterday and was like, hey, or she came up to me on Monday and said, hey, you know, like, how does Tuesday sound? And I was like, totally fine. Because in my head, I told her like, oh, feel free to come in whenever, like, no big deal. I didn't think she was gonna do it this week, so that was just adding one more thing atop my plate. So I, you know, washed my hair and tried to look like a decent human being today, but it went well. I mean, it was my college class, so they got behind a little bit because on Monday we had like this delegation from Denmark come, and you know, we had these like 6-foot+ tall, like white people, like super white people walking around our campus, which is just a huge distraction. So that happened, and yeah, I mean, just kind of went chaotic from there. So needless to say, yesterday just slipped for me as I prepared for this morning, but it went well. I mean, we had to catch up, so we had to go over some notes about Gothic literature and all that stuff. And then after that, we had a class discussion about The Telltale Heart, which went well, although we were talking about like the logistics of like killing old people. So, but the good thing is my principal will usually just kind of let me do whatever. And she doesn't say too much. So, and yeah, and then I forgot my lunch because I was so concerned with getting here early. And so I didn't bring my lunch, and so I had to go grab lunch. So now I'm back, but I'm back and prepping for my seniors, and then working on changing out my bulletin board for Black History Month because that starts tomorrow. So I got on Teachers Pay Teachers these letters. They're like these little banners, and it spells out Black History Month, but they do have them for every letter. But there's just like a string of them that just says Black History Month. So print these off, laminate them, maybe today, we'll see. And then I have all of my books written by Black authors, and just kind of go from there. I'm not gonna get it up today, but I would like to at least get my old ones down, and yeah. So that is where we are at with this. Oh, and then I printed off pictures for my seniors because they're working on their real life mystery posters. And so I told them that if they like turned in some pictures that fit onto like one page, I would print them off for them because our students have to have at least two pictures. So this way they can do that and it's not like a stress to them, so I had to go print those off. That, I mean, obviously only took a few minutes. And then my Black History Month things. So I think I'm gonna go lay out these pictures like on a desk up here. I think I'm gonna make like these first few rows just like all of the supplies that they'll need to work on their projects because they're working on their posters today, and then my 8 days today and Friday. They're gonna work on their posters. Then Monday of next week, we're gonna talk about, I'm gonna refresh your memory on citing sources, and then we'll do a like gallery walk, museum walk, whatever you wanna call it. We'll do that with them on Wednesday. So those are my plans. And yeah, I think we should just start putting things out and getting stuff ready. I think I have like, I don't know, a little more than 30 minutes, or closer to 45, even better. So about 45 minutes left. So let's prep for my seniors.
Trees aren't green, the ocean is gray, sky is a vague blue, come my way. My room is a mess, it could use a hand. My favorite TV shows are capturing. I know I must get it right, must get back in the fight. This can't be a surprise, I think I'll let it slide. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems, I know I can't make it through. Every night it's the same, I keep running.
And here's everything. So I have all of their pictures laid out here. And I have all of my art supplies. So my markers, both my like broad and fine line markers, rulers, glue sticks, colored pencils, scissors, and crayons. That should be good for that. And then I'm still just like, I still get winded from being sick, which kind of sucks, but that is what it is. So anyway, I'm going to probably watch somebody else's vlogs, cut out my Black History Month banners, and then just kind of go from there. And because now that I have everything out, there's nothing else that I really need to like worry too much about right now, so which makes my life so much easier. So in the chaos of today, I forgot to tell you that LSAT scores came back today. I didn't do the best, let's just say that, which sucks. So I'm just gonna have to hope that my essays are good enough to kind of carry me. I mean, I did just earn my graduate degree, so I'm hoping that will help, but ultimately it was not as good as I wanted it to be, so that kind of sucks. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? But I don't know. We'll see. If I don't get into any of the law schools I want to get into, then I will likely just take the LSAT in like June and try again. That's all you can do. So, but yeah, so I am on my way home. And then I'll try to film a little bit of like my routine, like the routines that I've been doing when I get home lately. So you can kind of see like what I'm doing and how I'm trying to stick to a routine, and just kind of go from there. So that is just kind of my plan for the rest of the night. I do still want to work on my essays. My University of Hawaii application is already turned in, but my the 3 other schools, I need to finish those. So the personal statements for all of them are largely written. I just need to do a little bit of tweaking here and there for the different what's it called? For the different schools, because the last paragraph is like why I want to attend this school specifically. So I have that to fix. And then some of the schools have like optional essays, or they have like diversity statements. So each school's a little different. I need to work on that because I would like to get those applications in sooner rather than later, and then it's just the waiting game, which is not ideal, but it is what it is, you know? So I don't know if I will ever share my LSAT score. We'll see. But if I can get into one law school, I will be over the moon thrilled at this point. But I mean, I am 14 years out from my my undergraduate degree. Just finished my graduate degree with all A's. So I mean, you know, there's got to be something to say for that, right? Like, finish a graduate degree while working full-time, while taking an intense workload of reading and writing courses. You know, I just feel like a test that you take on one day out of the year should not be the end-all be-all, especially because I am so, like, separated from my undergraduate degree. So we'll see. We're gonna hope for the best. I don't know what else to say. It's a bummer. It's a huge bummer. I really thought I was gonna do a little bit better than what I did. Yeah, so fingers crossed that my essays are really good. They like my essays. They're like, your undergraduate degree was 14 years ago. You just finished your master's. You kicked booty. The LSAT is one test, one day out of the year. And yeah, so I'm gonna head home and I'll see you when I get home.
Left and right, stars and